Caleb back again with more bad fanfiction theater, and we got 3 guests this time.
Yay!
We have Hushicho, Hawkye, and TrueBlueFuse.
Why am I still here?
Because you're in hell, bitch.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yay! I'm showing everybody my titties. Yay! Yay! Yay!
Spring break!
Give me the friggin' beads! Give me the beads!
Recommended to us by Blue is a special crossover fanfiction.
It's very special.
Very special.
Very special. In the same way that Paint the Town was special. It's like a turd in a Happy Meal special.
I don't want to imagine that. Sadly, I have to now.
Well, I'd imagine the turd would be a little bit healthier for you.
Probably, yeah.
Probably, but I still don't want to eat. But anyway.
You don't have to eat it. It's just in there. It's just like a piece of poop in a cardboard box. Come on.
It's just the toy that comes
cash
with it.
browns, damn it. But anyway, we are reading a Sonic the Hedgehog Twilight crossover called The Tragic Tale of Love, Edward and Dr. Robotnik by Sailor Killer.
You know, I don't know what it is about Twilight, but I love reading Twilight fanfiction. I don't know why.
Because we know it's going to be really bad?
Because we know it'll always be a better love story than Twilight?
Probably. I mean,
That's
like...
an interesting point.
I love reading Twilight fanfiction because it is always so off the wall. There is like nothing that I've ever read that's Twilight fanfiction that isn't in some way batshit insane. So I guess I always have that to look forward to. Like there's always
Shades of Grey.
Yeah, I mean there's always some element that's just like, what the fuck is this? And it's wonderful in some way. I don't know. It's so enjoyably ridiculous.
So, who wants to start first?
Well, shall we go? Are we each going to do like a line?
Probably read a sentence or a paragraph, probably a sentence at the look of this.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
yeah, it looks like it.
Read until there's a carriage return.
Should we just go in the same order we did for Me Against the World? Me Against the World.
Alternatively, there are 4 different ways that you could read it. There are 3 characters in the dialogue, or just what's said.
Why don't we just switch off every time there's a carriage return?
Okay, I guess me, Hushicho, Blue, and Hawk. Sound good?
Okay, same as My Own Life. Okay,
yep.
Cool.
Or as I called it, Me Against the World. I wish this was Me Against the World. That would be more entertaining.
Yeah, you know, it may have been just a defense mechanism against saying that other story.
Yeah, probably.
I almost called that other story.
Well, hey, we're the polite kind of people. We don't say such bad words about things, even if it's...
Of course not.
Ladies... What? What, Hushicho?
Nothing.
Okay.
Actually, do you mind if I switch places with Hawk?
That's fine.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Let me, I need to, like, switch that in my head now.
Okay, you're going after Hushicho.
Yeah, because that's the thing. That's what I do, is I start mentally preparing myself when I know I'm going to go next.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen,
He starts biting down on the leather strap.
Well, I'll get the whip ready, as well as the laxative.
Put it on, have sex, and shit your pants.
Take off and throw away.
Call me!
Call me maybe.
I present you the story of Dr. Robotnik and Edward Cullen.
Well, you're reading first. Get on it.
Yo, you Hushicho.
We're switching off every break.
Yeah, that was the first line of the story.
Oh, wait. It is the first line, isn't it? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought you were just saying that.
No. See,
Well,
I did this when we read Twilight. 'Cause I'm like, oh, that's his mother. So
well, if there isn't egg on my face,
Oh, there
oh,
will be
God.
egg on your face.
Oh man, why did
Oh,
you have to say
Eduardo.
that?
I know that we are young, but I just can't be with you like this anymore. Eduardo. The mad fat doctor fell into his lover's arms.
oh,
I longed for this day to come.
Edward placed a hand near his face. Shh. He pressed his lips against his cheek. I'm here and I'll never leave your sides. On the other hand, my sides have left the galaxy.
But what if that icky woman comes back to take you from me? Robotnik pursed his lips.
That was so good.
That's so good.
Yeah, I've practiced the Eggman voice for a while.
I won't let her. I'll stop her from trying. Edward wrapped his arms around Robotnik's chubby frame. He's a little more than chubby, my friend. His fingers tracing his
Rubenesque.
Rubenesque.
curves. Robotnik moaned as he fiddled with Edward's shirt.
So, were you intentionally using your "what the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers" voice, or did it just come out like that?
Intentionally.
Okay.
The story is that silly. I will make fun of it like we did.
I
Hitler
do
and
like
Austria.
that voice. That's just nobody says
That's
"what the
like
hell
my
are you doing, you
announcer Austin
motherfuckers"
voice.
like you.
What?
Nobody says "what the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers" like you do.
What the hell are you doing, motherfuckers?
Ah, yes. Edward pulled down the zipper of Robotnik's suit and began to plant kisses from his chest down towards his belly. Robotnik moaned in pleasure. This was absolute heaven.
Nobody can see me right now, but I got like these horrible shivers.
Yeah, I know.
You know, Robotnik.
I know. I'm feeling just ever so slightly nauseous
You know,
myself.
I like him as a villain character, but
I
yeah.
like you as a friend.
I'd get rid of other stuff.
Darling! Robotnik whispered harshly as Edward slipped his hands into his lower regions, finding his precious fruit of love. The mad doctor gazed upon his Adonis-like physique as Edward took off his denim jeans.
You know what?
So,
I'd like to.
Are we doing this order now? Because we just switched around again.
Yeah, you just switched around again.
Ben.
I was just going to say,
Oh,
fruit of love. Fruit of love. That should be another word for Edward. And
No,
also,
he's made a muscle.
also, I'd like to ask, are there any other jeans than denim? I have never seen any jeans that are not made out of denim. Maybe there are, but I've
Maybe
never
there
seen
are,
them
but
in my life.
I am not a jean aficionado.
I
would
have never
know.
seen non-denim jeans.
I've seen them in different colors.
Yeah,
That's
but that doesn't
about
make
it.
them not denim.
Yeah.
okay, you could just take the next two. In that case, Hawkeye.
Gosh, thanks.
Or I should read that again. I just
Take
picked
the
this
next
editing.
two, my precious fruit of love.
Oh, good lord. Let's see. Ivory, Edward whispered, for some reason, as he approached his beloved in his divine, God-given, chiseled masterpiece of a body. Let me see you.
Robotnik isn't chiseled.
I think
Or
he's
is
talking
he
about
divine
Yeah,
or
Edward.
God-given?
I think he was talking about Edward.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Oh.
sure he was talking about Edward.
But wait, Edward was speaking.
Edward whispered as he approached in his, talking about, yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
That is
Right.
worded very strangely, though.
Yeah.
That is
Robotnik giggled, which I don't think he'll do that. Softly as he took off his suit and let his lover bask in his curvy glory, his voluptuous, flaccid figure jiggled as he moved saucily to his lover.
Eduardo. Robotnik hissed. Take me now.
With a growl, Edward lunged at the plump, juicy fruit that was in front of him. and chewed that gum until it lost its flavor.
Read a bad fanfic, grab a stick of juicy fruit. The taste is gonna move ya.
Yes. Grabbed. Wow. And proceeded to lavish him with sweet, warm kisses from his mouth, as opposed to
Warm
all the
kisses
other
from his
places you
mouth,
could
as if
lavish.
we have
Hershey.
as if we have kisses from some other place.
We have Hershey
Yes.
kiss.
What did you say?
I said we have Hershey kiss.
Don't say that when we're reading bad fanfiction.
Yeah.
Well, I was meaning the candy, and then I realized what else that could mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't say that.
Robotnik, the golden-eyed Adonis, panted as he fondled the succulent flesh of his lover. I've always wanted you for a long time.
Oh, Eduardo, I feel the same way, Robotnik breathed as his roaming hands traveled down from his chiseled back to the pert and firm buttocks.
As he groped them, he felt raw and untamed power within them. What, did he have ass lasers?
No, the
Yeah,
Chaos
he
Emeralds
does
are in.
one movie, but
No,
that's
he has the
Mecha
Chaos
Robot.
Emeralds in his chest. That's why he sparkles in the sunlight.
Oh, well that explains a lot, doesn't it? Magnificent.
Just when you say groped them and felt raw and untamed powers, like he's holding back this extreme flatulence.
That was not
Oh, that
I
is
said
a move
ass
he has in
lasers.
during
Sonic
the
Riders.
story and the show.
Like, that's a move he has in Sonic Riders. Like,
Wow.
he farts on his enemy.
Wow. Okay. So it's canon. That's a little scary.
I didn't know Edward Cullen was in Sonic Riders.
Oh, Edward. No, Edward Cullen would be more fitting in Sonic 06.
Oh lord.
Actually, I almost kind of wish he was, like, that was the whole game. That would have at least been less of a disgrace to gaming. Sega just made a Twilight game out of it. Like, instead of Elise, you had Bella. We're all just saving her ass the whole game.
Edward just growled into his ear as he took his rooster inside the dark recesses of Robotnik's tunnel. Wow.
Well, considering what happened earlier, Rooster seems, pretty
Well,
reasonable.
considering what Robotnik does to animals, like, he turns it into a dildo badnik. A
Probably.
vibrant badnik.
He saved most of them for his personal sex slaves. I
Exactly.
can that.
Oh, Edward! Robotnik screamed as he felt Edward's throbbing love deep inside of him. Take me now!
You know, I finally figured out who you remind me of. Anthony Newley.
Who?
Never mind.
We can find out later. Let's see. The cries of true love rose into the night as the doctor and the young, beautiful man made love under the shining moon. Why would Robotnik be outside? Wouldn't he just have him in Robotropolis banging in his bed?
Maybe they're talking about Robotnik's ass.
Perhaps.
But wait,
Or-
didn't Robotnik blow up the moon?
Well, it depends on what
Maybe
universe
they're
we're
talking
actually
about
in.
Robotnik's ass.
Well, maybe they're talking about Edward's ass, because, that would probably sparkle
Sparkle.
just like the rest of him.
That's true. They could be talking about all this and more too.
There are so many asses they could be talking about. Silvers, Robotnik. Let's write a 5-page essay to figure this out. We must
Tails has
uncover
2
the
of them.
mystery. Join us as Bad Fan Fiction Theater embarks on a quest to
Explores
discover
the ass.
ass it is.
Us,
And
us,
Edward
us,
and
us,
Robotnik.
us.
Yes, our episode entitled Whose Ass Is It Anyway? Or Ass Baby.
Us.
Ass Adventures.
Oh, man.
Ass Ventures.
Bow down before me! You will bow down, Jor-El!
Badass
You
I'm
Fiction
the
Theater.
devil.
and
Shut
your
up.
ass!
I am the devil, and we will only do what I say here.
So we can't do a badass fiction theater?
Not in that sense with actual asses, no.
Aw.
Girl, please, we
We
are
got
both the
badass
devil.
fanfiction.
I've been the
Maybe
devil
that's
for way
what I
longer
should
than
have,
you have, honey. Come on.
Maybe that's what I should have named I Love Fanfiction instead. badass fanfic theater.
Yeah.
I have no idea where we are now or who was reading. I
I
think it's
was.
your
It's your
turn,
turn, Kassie.
Hushicho.
Yeah. Wait. Who? What?
Hey, don't try to
Where?
take. Wait a minute. Wasn't it you? Oh no, it was.
Um.
Hushicho. Yeah.
I said magnificent. Someone talked about Robotnik's tunnel. Oh, Edward, the shining moon.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah. So it was
Your
you.
turn.
It's you.
It's me.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. That was divine. Robotnik smiled at his lover lying beside him.
I'm glad you liked it, my dear. Edward leaned over and gave Ivo a kiss. I love you.
Disgusting.
Both heads rose up to see Bella Swan glaring at them. Well, you shouldn't have been outside having sex.
Both heads, eh? Both heads. Both heads.
Yep.
What the fuck do we have here? A lousy, cheating bastard with a fat-ass pig, she smirked.
He's an egg, not a pig. You can't put a saddle on him and ride him around like a pig.
That is true.
I
That's
don't know,
enough,
you could
Bella.
probably put a saddle on Eggman and ride him around if you wanted to.
But yeah, no.
Well, wasn't
Yeah,
there that
but
one
no.
episode in Set AM where August gave him a pig face and had him running around in the earth?
I think you might be thinking of Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Maybe, but I know there was that one episode of Set AM. But anyway.
That's
Okay,
enough, Bella. Edward snarled darkly at her as Robotnik whimpered in shame.
I'm like, no, I don't think Robotnik would be doing
That was my.
Look, Robotnik nailed Edward. Come on, maybe he would be a bit embarrassed. And they are out in the open, and it is Bella Swan, so
And then again,
there's a lot of shame to go around.
I would just say, wouldn't Robotnik have a massive army of SWAT bots to show up and just capture and roboticize her?
Well,
that would be a much better fanfic.
Again,
well,
yeah.
though, he seems to only be able to fight against animals, so maybe he can't fight against humans very well.
Yeah, he fights against humans at some point. Well, at least in Sonic X he does. Oh, and the military in Shadow the Hedgehog.
And, well,
and I think
yes,
Captain Marvel.
Sonic Adventure 2 as well, but anyway.
And he tries to nuke a city in Sonic Adventure 1.
Yeah.
Well, look, I mean, it's Bella Swan, so she's basically not going to be in any real danger for any length of time, so...
True.
Yeah.
I will not allow you to talk to him this way.
Well, that was supposed to be my line, by the way, but oh well.
Was it?
What are...
I thought you were going last, Blue.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. Dang. I'm mixing things up. Edward started to rise up and attack his object of hatred, but Robotnik stopped
I think
him.
you skipped a line.
Dang. I'm messing up some... What are you going to do? Sorry, I know it started. What are you going to do about it, Belmar? Edward?
Edward started to rise up and attack the object of his hatred, but Robotnik stopped him. Don't! It's not worth it.
Yeah, when did Robotnik ever start stopping people from taking violent action? Also, I want to use...
In Sonic X?
I want to use as a euphemism, X started to rise up and attack the object of his hatred as a euphemism for sex. I have to use it somewhere. So-and-so started to rise up and attack the object of his hatred and the mound of quivering love pudding. Anyway, where are we?
All I'm thinking of is that Detroit Metal City song, Anoko Rape.
Anyway, Hushicho, your line is, listen to the fat ass.
All right, in
Not
sentences
fat-ass,
we never
fat
thought
ass.
we would be saying to each other or hearing from each other. Listen to the fat ass, Edward, Bella sneered. I guess Bella Lugosi made a cameo appearance here. Even he know when not to fuck with me, she stared at his hot, glistening body. Tell you what, I'll forgive you if you have sex with me right here, right fucking now.
Okay, that's an interesting way to earn forgiveness, but because you know when people find their significant others cheating on them, that's the first thing that comes to their mind. I'll forgive you if you have sex with me right now.
not much
Yeah, it
less
could be
with
the
No.
STDs he might have caught.
Eggman.
Yeah. Well, then again, you're right. Eggman probably doesn't have any STDs.
No, Edward snapped.
Okie dokie then. Bella pulled out a photo. Maybe I'll show these to Sonic and Jacob. They've been itching to see you suffer.
What? Okay,
Don't even ask why I'm
why
going
would
with Mario.
Sonic want to see Robotnik naked, and why would Jacob want to see Edward naked? What? No. Anyway.
Sonic's already seen Eggman naked. Okay, I can't even.
Edward let out a defeated growl. All right, you win, Bella. Lugosi.
Bella gave out a smug smile. With a free packet of Kleenex. Beat it, Fatso, she glared at Robotnik, who had tears in his eyes. No! She roared out with emphasis.
That are in his eyes anyway.
Robotnik grabbed the covers and dashed out of the room, tears streaming from his eyes as he ran down the hall.
Side.
Pooping bloody tears down his feces.
Yep.
Ivo! Edward shouted after him.
To be continued.
Wham!
Bella kicked him towards the big bed and ripped off her clothes, leaving her in her Gucci pumps. Please. Bitch, please. Bella Swan don't have nothing Gucci. Except maybe... Never mind. Then she put on a strap-on and licked her lips.
It's pegging time, Edo.
Edward began to cry silently as Bella walked towards him while shaking her hips sensually, and I, Dr. Robotnik, later ended up going for Shadow, because that's totally a hot pairing.
To be continued.
You motherfuckers!
So, what, Hushicho think of this story?
It was okay.
Hawk? Blue?
Epic. This was the most epic journey of love. And you know what? I saw it. I'm just going to say still better love story than Twilight and move on.
Yeah, this was okay. A little weird to be fantasizing about Robotnik having sex.
Well, it's an obvious troll thing.
Yeah, but otherwise it's okay if you're really bored and want something funny to read, I suppose.
Oh, you know, if you ever had a hard-on for seeing Edward Cullen and Dr. Robotnik ever bone, well, here you go.
Which I never did, but then Bella shows up to peg some people. I guess she was hanging out with Princess Zelda some.
Hey,
Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
Eggman and Robotnik, more power to you, I suppose.
It's kind of disappointing that we don't really see Bella peg Edward and that we don't really see any kind of, you know, formula for vengeance from Eggman as this is going on, because that actually might be kind of interesting, I have to say, and it would certainly be interesting.
Yeah.
Of course they're not going to do that. The to be continued part was never meant to be continued.
Well, maybe,
obviously, but we still have to have an evaluation of the story.
But I mean, taking it even at face value, I think it would be kind of amusing to see Bella peg Edward, and I think it would be pretty amusing to see Robotnik plan his vengeance as Bella pegs Edward, and maybe explore more of their relationship with each other, because ultimately, I think the only underlying motif for whoever wrote this was, oh, Twilight's silly and Eggman is awful, and it would be just so funny to see them together. And it's not really all that funny. It's just sort of like, well, it's kind of an outrageous pairing, but it has potential, so you could do something with it.
I think if you could make it believable, but because I really can't see Edward existing in the Sonic universe, or them
after Sonic 06, after that, I can see anything existing in the Sonic universe. Quite frankly, I mean, I know it's like years old, but fine. You're like, it seems plausible enough.
I guess from a weird fan fiction perspective, if you want it, why not? But I don't know. I prefer reading something that's more believable, or if it is something so outrageously like, how in the hell? If you could put it together convincingly, like, okay, I wouldn't have thought about this, but yeah, that would actually make sense for this world to cross over with this one, and let's have a fanfic about it. You
Well,
know,
to be perfectly fair, I guess there is always the Sonic storybook series. Like, actually makes that, so
yeah,
who knows? Maybe in the future we'll see Sonic and the 7 Twilight references or something. Who knows? Sonic
but
and Jacob go wild. Where Hogwarts leashed.
but in the end, nothing really special about this except for the strange pairing.
Yeah,
Uh,
and
Rob-
speaking of in the end, we don't actually get to see any sex, unfortunately.
Yeah, we really don't, but oh well. For me, I kind of take that as a bit of a blessing, but at the same time,
Yeah, it's like,
it's
I personally would like to see as little of Bella pigging anybody as possible.
yeah.
Well, darling, no. I'm gonna quote Celebi here. Wasn't it Celebi?
yeah, it was Celebi, Celebi, however they
Celebi
mispronounce
never
it.
said that. Celebi only said his own name.
No,
No.
in the Casper
No,
McIntyre
Selby.
fanfics.
We're not talking about
no.
we're not talking about Celebi. We're talking about Selby.
Yes,
Oh.
Selby.
Yeah, but no.
Go away, I hat you.
Yeah, I go away. I hat you.
And that's really about it, I think, in regards to this story. I would have sort of liked to seen Robotnik more in character because he wouldn't take this kind of shit and he would have had
That is
Bella
true.
killed or roboticized, which I think would be hilarious if they roboticized her and make her a robot slave. But what do I know, I guess. Any final thoughts?
Pingus.
Yes.
And then Laura.
Well, that's it for this story. Don't know what we'll be reading next time. Probably more of my inner life because it is the fic that never ends.
My God.
You know, I was having a good time until you mentioned that turd.
This literal star turd, but
Like, seriously, this has got me thinking, where can I find a fanfic of Bella pegging Edward? Because if I can find that, we might be able to put off reading My Inner Life a little longer.
okay, here's what you do. Write it. Wake up tomorrow, write it. And then we will read it. Make it as long as you can, and we will read it.
No, you could just type it in on Google and you'll probably find it pretty quickly. Then again, you'll also probably find several fan-made images.
But I think that's all we have for today, so I'm Caleb.
I'm Lady Gaga. I'm Lady
I'm
Gaga.
Dr. Robotnik.
I got a rock.
And this has been Bad Fanfiction Theater. Thanks for listening, guys. Bye!